and welcome back to the Madden 26 franchise. Today, the offseason recap. We go through free agency, the draft, and a preseason game. If you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. But let's start with how last season went. The recap with Super Bowl 61. Last Friday's episode was the Super Bowl. It was an outstanding game. Be sure to watch it. Bills took down the Eagles, though. Josh Allen to Cody Tatum with 16 seconds left. His second NFL grab is the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Bills won it. Josh Allen took down Super Bowl MVP. They completed a 20-0 perfect season. For the rest of the awards, Patrick Mahomes took MVP. Sean McDermott, Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, Breece Hall. Defensive Player of the Year, Greg Rousseau. We had Rookie of the Year with Jason Dawson. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dolphins corner Sherrod Poole, who led the NFL in interceptions. And now let's take a look at the Pro Bowlers. If you want to see more detail, pause the video. We had 11, including Dawson Hill, Wilson, 3 of our offensive linemen, 3 of our defensive linemen, Trent Armstrong, and Austin McNamara. And now let's take a look at retirements. A lot of big names. And 2 of our players retired. Laken Tomlinson, Lucas Patrick, both backup guards for us. But they are now gone. We're going to have to replace all the depth on our offensive line. And again, you want to see the retirements? Pause the video. And now to re-signings, we offered 3 contracts, but first, Olu Fashanu, a 5th-year option, is picked up. We signed Joe Tippmann to a 5-year deal, near $60 million. Jermaine Johnson comes back on a 2-year deal for $36 million, but Turpin is gone after declining a 1-year deal for $6 million. And now let's take a look at our team as it stands before free agency, and really, the big thing that stands out, we need offensive line depth. If any of our 5 guys get injured like Tippmann did in the regular season, we're in big trouble. Maybe wide receiver 2 if McAllister doesn't take the jump. Obviously got to replace Turpin's production. And on the defensive side, again, defensive line depth, that has been going to be a problem. If Quinnen or Bourne goes down, that's going to be big time. Or Johnson or McDonald, obviously, on the outside edges. Linebacker depth, and maybe a cornerback 3 with Carter starting to regress. Now let's take a look at the top 100 for free agency, headlined obviously by Tyreek Hill, Kyle Hamilton, Zay Flowers, and the NFL leader in receiving yards and touchdowns, Rashee Rice. Before we head into free agency, though, we did restructure 2 contracts, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, to free up a bunch of cap space for our offers. So we make 4 offers, all that get accepted. Grover Stewart, 1-year deal for $16 million. Devontae Wyatt from the Packers, 1 year for $10 million. Parker Washington from the Jaguars, 2 for $12 million. And Joshua Uche from the Eagles, 2 for $16 million. Take a look at the top 100 and those headliners we talked about earlier. Tyreek Hill to Pittsburgh. Kyle Hamilton reunited with McDonald in Seattle. Rashee Rice goes to Carolina. And Zay Flowers goes to the Giants. If you want to see some of the other destinations, pause the video. So with the Jason Dawson trade from a year ago, we have no first or second pick, but we have the other 5 remaining picks from rounds 3 to 7 in the 30th slot of the draft. So let's take a look at our roster heading into the draft. Obviously didn't address the offensive line depth. We're going to do that in the draft. We got our wide receiver 2 with Parker Washington. We sustained the defensive line massively with Wyatt and Stewart. I mean, that's a big-time signing. And Uche is going to be the backup to McDonald. That is great edge depth as well. So time to go to the draft. And we start in the 3rd round where we're taking offensive line depth. Donnie Matthews is going to be our first pick. Left guard. Looks like an outstanding player. And he was a B- ranked 55th in true value. For our next pick, back to offensive line, we go Owen Matthews. Looks decent as well. But he's only a C+, ranked 222 in true talents. It's going to be a heavy offensive line year for us. And with our 5th round pick, our 3rd pick overall, we're selecting Patrick Harris, left tackle, who's ranked 261 in true talent. He is ranked a D. Sixth round now. It's full dart throws now in day 3. We're going quarterback with some depth here. Jelani Metcalf, who looks pretty good, and he is a C- ranked 119 in true talents. And with our last pick, going to the defensive line well, with the 30th pick of the 7th round, we're going defensive tackle Adrian Phillips, who's a C-, a gem in the 7th round, 121st in true talents. So that's our draft. Only 5 players. No one's going to really be able to contribute early on, but these are death pizzas, and I think in that sense, we had an outstanding draft. Now let's take a look at the first round. The Patriots select Matt Tompkins with the first overall pick. They don't go quarterback to replace Drake May, despite his struggles. Gilchrist looked like the best player in the draft. He got selected 2nd overall by the Bears. If you want to look at the rest of them, pause the video of the first round. Now let's take a look at the top overall players in the draft. Only 180 overall. It is Gilchrist, the left tackle out of Michigan State. He's with the Bears now. We will see him in the preseason game. And you can take a look at the rest. Pause the video, of course. We didn't really rank highly. There wasn't a lot of high overall talent in this draft. I kind of like it that way, though. And now we have a position battle scenario before the first week of the preseason.
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
So there's no goals, just we'll talk after the preseason with Trent Armstrong, and we'll see. I mean, technically he's already a starter. That's why I didn't really give him a goal, because he's just going to be starting. It's just kind of a depth chart auto reorder issue. So with all of the offseason done, with the free agent period and the draft, we head to Soldier Field as we play the Bears for week 1 of preseason. So we do have a preseason game this time. I felt like this episode would have been short without it. We play the Bears, obviously selected number 2 in the draft. We played them last year. We beat them convincingly. And trying to rebuild and head back to the postseason. And we'll start with the ball first. Santos sends it away, and here we go. Preseason's underway from Chicago. This is Alfonso Rhodes, and the running back takes it to the 27. And here is Dawson. First snap of the new season 2027. Injuries are off for the preseason, so we don't have to worry about those. Flag on first down. Blitz is picked up. Dawson's going to load the deep ball on the first play in triple coverage. It'll be knocked out. Going for Wilson. The flag is on Chicago. So, the Jets get a free 5. It's first down and 5. Dawson to the outside is caught, and a first down to Moreau. Jets coming off 13-4 year, went to the championship game, lost in overtime to Buffalo. It's a second down and 6, and a sack by Juan Gonzalez. That is third down. Starters will play a full quarter, as is standard in this game, as Dawson on third down is sacked for the second consecutive snap by Montez Sweat. Bears take over their first snap, or first series rather. Caleb Williams entering year 4. He's sacked by Quentin Williams. Fourth down. So Jets take back over, 3rd and 5. You're going to zoom through this game. Not going to be as slow pace as the normal games are. That's Garrett Wilson for a first down. And now 3rd and 1. And an unblocked defender. And down goes Dawson. Sweat's got 2 sacks already. And the offensive line returning all 5 starters. Off to a slow start. 3rd and 6 for Chicago. It's a blitz. Sam Williams fires, caught. DJ Moore, spin move, and a broken tackle. Blocked downfield. DJ Moore inside the 50 and all the way to the 41 for 42 yards. How about that? 3rd and 9 now. Tony Pollard, one of their big signings, is in the backfield. Caleb is going to throw. He's pressured. Deep ball here to Burden. And it's knocked down. Going for Burden. Gardner there. And the Jets take over Was 2:04 to go at the 17-yard line. Not short in quarters, just not really a whole lot of offense. Brees Hall, first carry. Yeah, he looks good. He was shocked there. First down. And now 3rd and 7 here. Not running a whole lot, just trying to get Dawson in a rhythm. 3rd and 7 here. Downfield strike. He's got Garrett Wilson to the 36, a first down for 29 yards. Closing in on the end of the quarter. Braylon Allen's in. And a play action fake. Dawson loads and fires across the field to Mason Taylor. What a throw! First and goal to the 1. An inch away from the lead. Perfect throw from Dawson. He looks set. And first and goal, half-yard out. Clock ticking. Motion in, McAllister. Dawson, RPO. It's caught. And Parker Washington for the touchdown. And Parker Washington's first grab as a Jet scores. How about that? The Jets take the lead, and the Bears take over. Final snap for the starters from the 29-yard line. And a play-action fake to Pollard. Pass is caught. Odunze has the sideline. In the midfield, he goes for 20. Deion Roten is the backup quarterback. It's a 3rd and 8 here. DeAndre Swift is the backup back now. To the air. Roten fires. Caught. Short. Is not getting there. Pressure was on the way. 4th and 1. They're going for it. 2 tight ends. Flores is the 3rd string. And to give to Swift. He's got the first down. And he's got it to the 34 for 9. So 2nd down and 10. How about Tyreek Stevenson's out there at receiver? He's to the right side. Roten. Fire. Oh, sacked again. Boren, and that'll set up a field goal. This will be 56 yards for Santos. Does not have a strong leg, but in this game he does. 56 yards, and it sneaks in. The Bears are on the board here. Kenny Pickett now the backup quarterback for the Jets as Justin Fields is gone. And he finds Jahan Dotson. Disappointing year 1. Well, year 2, he's in a more backup role. Maybe can make a bigger impact. First down here at the 41. Braylon Allen again returning as the backup running back. McCall Hardman, the outside receiver as well. Here is Bryant. Harrison Bryant wasn't used a whole lot, but as a tight end 3, he was pretty good. 3rd and 2 here. Arian Smith out there along with Will Shepard, who makes this grab. And a first down inside the 30 and all the way to the 23. So first down. On the offset eye, Dotson and Hardman, the receivers. Fake it here. Pickett, time in the pocket. Fires, and it's off target and intercepted. It's intercepted going for Dotson. Intercept move there by Rudolph, but he's tackled at the 18-yard line. So red zone turnover. And the Bears have it. 3:30 to go in half number 1. 22-yard line. And Roten's going to throw. Has time. Steps up on the run across the body. No one near Swift. DeAndre Swift. He's going to take it all the way to the 45. How about that for 22 yards? And now 2:20 to go. Roten empty look here. And Roten going to throw. Pressure and a sack by Barron. Tyler Barron, and the Jets take over at the 16-yard line. Only going to show the first half here as another sack. 4 sacks by the Bears. Now the Bears get it back at the 47-yard line. 3 receivers set, and Roten's going to throw. Over the middle is caught. This is Tyree Stevenson in the corner. And Stevenson to the 41. Deion Roten trying to get a 2-minute drill going. And Roten is going to check down here to Swift. And Swift is going to take it to the 28. So, 2nd down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Roten. And down the middle, he's got Stevenson. First and goal to the 6. Tyreek Stevenson doing it through the air. How about that? What else is the preseason for? First and goal. Zay Frazier, another DB, is out there. Roten going to step up and run, and Roten's going to take it in for the touchdown. Deion Roten scores from 6 yards out, and the Bears take the lead. Jets take over. 7 seconds left. Offset eye here. And a play action fake. Pickett trying to get into long distance field goal range to the sideline. Caught! Out of bounds with 1 second left. How about that? McCall Hardman. And now a 60-yard try for Bates to end half. And to end the first preseason game, essentially. To tie the game. Left hash 60-yard, he pushed it. No good. And that's the preseason game. A quicker one, but I hope you enjoyed it the same, and we'll move on. All right, let's check back in on what Trent Armstrong wants, and obviously we tell him he's the starter, so we got to just adjust the depth chart, and that's that. So now we have a ton of upgrades. If you want to see the specific attributes, be sure to pause the video. Brees Hall up to a 97, Jason Dawson up to an 89, Azariah Thomas up to an 86, Calvin Moran up to an 82, Mason Taylor up to an 82, Joe Tippmann up to an 82, Trent Armstrong up to a 78, Arian Smith with a big one to a 77, Braylon Allen up to a 77, Kenneth Murray to the same overall, Donnie Matthews immediately up to a 74, Will Shepard with a big one up to 72, Harrison Mevis up to a 71, Kenny Pickett up to a 70, Francisco Mauigoa to a 69, Damir Miller up to a 69, Alfonso Rhodes up to a 68, Eric Watts to a 68, Leonard Taylor to a 67, Quentin Skinner up to a 66, Brady Cook to a 64, and finally, Bump Cooper Jr. up to a 61. Now to cut down day, and we start with the practice squad. Brady Cook is going to go there, and Alfonso Rhodes to see. These are players, obviously, that auto-sign with off our practice squad. Quentin Skinner, Damir Miller, Will Shepard. The only player, Will Shepard, by the way, that will save us any money. All receivers gone. Leonard Taylor from the defensive line room is gone. Bump Cooper Jr. is gone from the corner room, as well as Jarek Bernard Converse. And finally, Harrison Mevis is gone from our kicker room. We're obviously not keeping two kickers on the roster. So the final 53-man roster is set, and this is how we're going to be lining up on game days. And this is, prime for another deep playoff run. We went to the championship game, lost in overtime against Buffalo, and now trying to go a step further. And, honestly, we didn't do a whole lot in the offseason. Really didn't have to. The offensive line's in outstanding shape. Receiver room's in outstanding shape, even with the loss to Turpin. We have Brees Hall still. We have Mason Taylor still. Defensive line is still outstanding. And, I'm just excited to get back to playing these games. And with that, let's take a look at our schedule. We open versus Miami in the opener. Then week 2, it's a Monday night game at Indianapolis. Then we have a home game against New England. We have a 3 or 4 road game stretch, by the way, at the Giants. Then Sunday night against the Bills. Then at the road to Cowboys. We have 3 at home versus the Titans, the Jaguars on Monday night, and the Eagles on Sunday night. Then 2 straight on the road before the bye at Miami and at Tampa Bay. It's a Week 12 bye. That's Thanksgiving Day weekend, which is interesting. Week 13, though, we host the Bills. And the Commanders, we go 3 of 4 on the road to end the season at New England. Sunday night at Houston. We face the Raiders at home for the home finale. And then at Pittsburgh for Week 18 to end the season. So with all that said and done, the offseason over, Week 1 of the 2027 season starts with Banner Day. The Bills host the Chiefs for the second consecutive season to open the year on Thursday night. Sunday slate of games looks like this: Colts, Texans, Seahawks, Steelers, Falcons, Cowboys, Vikings, Buccaneers, Giants, Bears. We play the Miami Dolphins, Browns, Titans, Saints, Jaguars, Packers, Raiders, Rams, Cardinals, Broncos, Chargers, Eagles, Patriots. And on Sunday night, the Commanders play the Lions, and on Monday night, a doubleheader. The Ravens play the Bengals, and the Panthers play the Niners. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time when we face the Miami Dolphins for the first time in the season opener.